Hello there. This is What If Unknown. Now I'm going to be doing What If Naruto lived in the hidden waterfall village. So, I understand some YouTubers have done this before, such as Eilish Jack, and there will be some similarities. But I will try my hardest to make it different and hopefully entertaining. Sorry if I mess up. Anyway, so now, let me get into the what if. So now, I'm gonna start at the Ninetales attack, when Minato just finished beating Toby, or Obito, or Madara, whatever you want to call him. And so, he goes, and there are gonna be some differences, such as Naruto will be getting the full Ninetales, and his appearance will be different, but I will get into that later on. So anyway, let me get back into the what if. Now, we're gonna take place, or it's gonna start when Minato goes and says to Kushina, I'm gonna seal the full Ninetales into Naruto. And now Kushina is crying because she knows that she would never want anybody to bear this burden, this big burden with the Ninetales. And she says, no, Minato, you cannot do this to our son. He's our only son. You cannot have this burden. He's gonna be hated from the village. And Minato says, no, he may have some hard times, I understand. But he is our son. He will be able to handle this. He'll be able to beat the cycle of hatred. Now Minato is tearing up inside because he knows that the village probably will not be kind to Naruto because he is holding the full Ninetales inside of him. So anyway, now it's gonna be similar to canon where Minato and Kushina will still die. Now Kushina and Minato jump in front of the claw and they go and to save Naruto. And Minato seals the full Ninetales and says, I believe in you, my son. And then Kushina goes and does her speech, such as find a few friends that you can trust, that you love, that you will protect. You don't need a lot, you just need a few. Also, eat healthy and find a good girl that you love, that you will protect. But don't do anything too soon. Don't do anything bad before, or do anything, you know, before you're of age. And then she smiles and cries and holds her baby one time before or the last time before she passes. She passes and her eyes close. Now, the third comes in and sees the baby Naruto and picks him up and says, don't worry, you'll be okay. And then, now, I'm going to skip 4 years into the future. Now, Naruto is 4 years old, running from a mob of 30 to 40 villagers, and some have even Genin and Chunin in the mob. And they're running, and Naruto is scared. He's like, why is this happening to me? I don't deserve this. And he's like, maybe I could get through this alleyway to get away from the mob. And now, so he runs into the alleyway. Unfortunately, this alleyway is a dead end, so he's trapped there. He has his back against the wall. Now, the villagers barricade him inside. It says, ha, we caught you, demon brat. We're gonna kill you, demon fox. You killed my family. You killed my brother. Now we're gonna finish what the fourth started. You killed our lovely fourth. So, I'm gonna go into some detail on how the villagers, what they were, or kind of weapons and what kind of things they were doing. They had pitchforks. They had torches. Some of them had swords, and then the Genin and Chunin had kunai, and yes. So now let me get back in. So a villager goes smiling with a devilish smile, holding a pitchfork, and just smiling and says, ha, this is for my brother that you killed, you demon fox. Now Naruto is scared, and the villager stabs Naruto in the arm, and Naruto's screaming out in pain, crying, and they're like, huh, that's what you get, demon brat, demon fox, and the mob just starts going on and starts beating Naruto, senseless. He got stabbed, cut, scarred across or scratched across the face, and then all of a sudden everything just goes dark. Naruto passes out due to blood loss. Now the villagers see that they did this, or see that they thought they killed Naruto, but they only knocked him out or because of blood loss. And so they run away, fearing what's going to happen to them because of the third. Now Naruto, he won't be waking up for a while. So he'll be waking up in his mindscape at this time. And he's walking, he wakes up and he's in a sewer. And he starts walking in this sewer like place. And it's kind of like a maze to him. But then he hears a demonic voice. Maybe not necessarily demonic, but deep, deep voice. As we know, it's Ninetales or Kurama. And he says, come here, boy. Or come here, boy. Don't be afraid. I'm here. Come here. And Naruto appears in front of the large gates, and he has a tag, or a tag on it, says seal. And Naruto just sees the cage, and it's pitch black. And all of a sudden, he just sees these two glowing red eyes with black slits in the middle of them. And Naruto is scared. He doesn't know where he is or what's going on. He just senses this immense chakra, or this intense being. He could tell just by the feeling that this being is strong and scary, let alone he's only 4 years old, so he's crying a little bit. And now, the Ninetales says, no, don't cry, boy. Don't worry, I will not hurt you. I'm here to help. Don't worry, you'll be okay. Now Naruto looks up with teary eyes, looking up at the fox, saying, are you really gonna help me? Are you really not gonna hurt me? And he says, don't worry. Don't worry, boy. I'm here to help. Don't worry. Come here. Now Naruto walks. Now the gates, he walks through the gate in the Ninetales sense. Since he is the full self, or he is himself, he is not split. He has the good and bad. Now the Ninetales is feeling bad for Naruto because of he didn't deserve this at a young age to be treated like this. He's been already to the hospital more than any ninja in their life at this time, or in their whole lifetime, would ever go to the hospital. He's already been there more than them, and he's only 4 years old. Now, Kurama has seen this and is sad for him. He starts crying, and now Naruto goes, why are you crying, sir, or Foxy? Now Kurama kind of gets a tick mark at being called Foxy, but he lets it go because he understands that Naruto is a young boy. He doesn't understand. He doesn't know who he is. Now Kurama goes, it's because I am sad because they are hurting you and you don't deserve this pain. And he says, come here, Naruto. And he goes, oh, okay. He's like, but first, Naruto goes, but first, what is your name? And Kurama is a little bit taken back by this because he didn't expect Naruto to ask for the name. But he goes, my name is Kurama. And then Naruto goes and lays down on his high, and he's like, oh, this is soft. And Kurama kind of smiles and says, everything will be okay. This village is treating you horribly, so please, I can help you get out of here if you would like. And Kurama says, really? Or Naruto says, really? You'll do that? You'll help me? He's like, yes. He's like, I'll be your friend. I'll be your protector. I'll even look at me as a father or brother. I'm always there for you, and I will never leave you. And Naruto smiles and says thank you. Now, Kurama, because Naruto is passed out, so Kurama is gonna take and heal him, but Kurama's gonna take over, and it's not in a way of trying to take over his body to like take control and to get out of Naruto. No, no, no. He's gonna take over Naruto's body, and he's going to take his body to his house and heal him. Now Naruto's gonna wake up in his room or in his apartment. And his apartment is way worse because in canon it was already bad, but in this one, villagers found out faster where he lived because he was already kicked out of the ugh, um, in from the orphanage. So now he obviously had to get into an apartment. The fourth figured out, and he helped him get an apartment. So now, let's get back to the story. Now Naruto woke up in his apartment saying, "How did I get here?" And then he's like, "Was that a dream?" And he sees all the bandages on him, saying, "No, that is not a dream." And then he hears a voice, "No, Naruto, this is not a dream, and it was not a dream last night. I'm sorry that you got hurt, but I took over your body and brought you home and bandaged you up." Now Naruto is like, thank you, Kurama." He's like, and now Kurama goes, "So, you will be wanting to leave the village, right?" Because he's like, because Kurama understands. He's like, "This village has nothing for you." He doesn't say this to Naruto, but he thinks in his head, "This village is just tormenting this boy." So anyway, now Kurama goes and says, "After after we get you healed up, we shall maybe take a day because of me healing you. We will get stuff together and we will get you into, or we will leave this village. We will find a village that will take care of us." And Naruto says, "Okay, Kurama." And now Naruto goes back to sleep because he is exhausted. Because Kurama healing him still makes him exhausted, and he's still tired from getting. He's tired and scared and just wants to just do nothing at this point. So he goes back to sleep. He wakes up and everything's healed because Kurama healed him. He says, Kurama goes, "Okay, boy. Okay, Naruto. Are you ready?" Now, Naruto, at this time, after he's gone up, he's gotten food, he's gotten water, and he has some money that he's gotten, obviously, from, you know, being an orphan, and the third giving him money for rent and everything. So now, Naruto says yes. And at this time, Naruto does have some kunai, but when he went out, he didn't have the kunai when he was getting beat up by the mob because at the time he was just trying to go get food and he knew that was a mistake of not bringing him. But anyway, go back to now. So now Naruto goes and says, "What time is it, Kurama?" And Kurama says, "It is 2 in the morning." He's like, "We can leave now." Now Kurama goes, "I am gonna give you some power to help you get out of here. We're gonna go. You were just gonna run. Get out of this village." And Naruto says, "Okay." Now Naruto goes to the gate of the Leaf Village, and when the guards go and wanted to go pee, and the other one was asleep. So Naruto goes with blinding speeds because of Kurama helping him with his maybe like 1 or 2% of Kurama's power at the time because he's only 4 years old. This was enough power to give him enough speed to get and enough strength to jump over or get onto the gate and run. Now Naruto is running for 4 to 5 or he's running for a day. No, 2 or 3 days straight. And he comes across this one village and all of a sudden this Ambu dropped down. This Ambu drops down in front of Naruto. Says Who are you, boy? Before Naruto could say anything, Naruto just passes out due to exhaustion because he was running 3 days straight without stopping because he just wanted to get away. Now, Naruto, at this point, I'm going to take the viewpoint of the Anbu. The Anbu is like, why is this boy so tired? Why did he just pass out? Now, the Anbu goes and into takes him to a hospital. And this village that Naruto is at is the Hidden Waterfall village. So now, the Anbu took him to a hospital, and the Anbu goes to the Kage of this village. At this time, I do not have an idea of what to call this Kage, but let me get back in. Anyway, so the Anbu goes to the Kage, saying, "Hey, I found this boy. He looks like he's been running for a few days now. He's exhausted, and that he has cuts and bruises still." At this time, Naruto, he had some bruises still left over, but he didn't have cuts. Anyway, so I get back to the story. Now, the Kage goes, "Okay, where is he now?" And Naomi says, "I took him to the hospital because he is malnourished and everything." So anyway, they go to the Kage goes to the hospital. Now, Naruto wakes up and asks him, "Where is he?" And the Kage is there and saying, don't worry. You are safe. You are in the hospital at the Hidden Waterfall village." And the Kage goes, if you don't mind me asking, boy, what is your name?" And he says, "Naruto Uzumaki." And the Kage goes, "Oh." And now I'm going to get into Naruto's appearance. Now, Naruto's appearance it's similar to canon, but just think of it as half of his hair is red and half of it's blonde, like his mother's, and half of it's like his father's, because that takes place. And he says, "Oh," let me get back in. So the Kage goes, "Oh, I could tell you were Uzumaki from your red hair, but what are you? What other are you?" And he says, "I do not know." Naruto says that. Anyway, the Kage goes, "If you don't mind me asking, why were you so tired, or why were you so exhausted?" And Naruto goes, "I've been running for 3 days straight from my village because my village has been treating me horribly. The villagers have been cutting me, torturing me ever since I was 2." Because let me get into Naruto's prodigy in this one. So anyway, so Naruto could already walk and kind of talk at 2, and so he was already they were giving him glares at 2, and the beating started around 3 to 4, and yes. So anyway, let's get back to it. Now the Kage goes into thinking into his head. Now, why would a little boy, 4 years old, be beaten by his own villagers? And now the Kage kind of clicks in his head. He goes, "He's kind of like our Jinchuriki. Is he a Jinchuriki?" And Naruto goes, "Sir, can I stay in this village? Because this village seems kind. This place seems nice. Just from the people in the hospital, just the nurses and stuff are very, very nice to Naruto." And the Kage goes, "Sure, yes, you can." Now, the Kage goes, "After you get all healed up, come to I'll have, so the Anbu, his name's gonna be Ryu, okay? Okay, let me get into the video. Let me get back into the video. Now, the Kage goes, Ryu here, oh, he want to say the Anbu's name. He's like, at this time, the Anbu has taken his mask off, and he's wearing kind of ninja clothes, but he's not wearing his ninja outfit. Now, Ryu, that's his name. Yeah, Ryu. Okay, so Ryu I'm going to explain his appearance. Now, he is about 6 foot. He's about a slender man, kind of like Zabuza, like physical, like looking wise. But his hair is green, or no. His hair is black with some green and white strips in his hair. Anyway, let me get back into the video. So the Kage goes, Ryu here will escort you to my office when you are released. And then, yeah. So now, let me skip forward to when Naruto is released and he goes to the Kage office. Now, Kage goes, I would very much like for you to be in my, or I would, okay, let me go back. So to answer your question, Naruto, if you could stay in this village, yes, I'd be very happy if you could stay in this village, because this village will treat you right, and you will find good friends, and I will protect you. Now, the Kage already kind of felt responsible for Naruto to just because his wife and his kid, I'm just gonna say, died in a battle, right? So he kind of feels like he has to protect Naruto because for not necessarily to replace, not he's not gonna, it's not Naruto's not replacing his kid, but he's gonna be able to take care of his kid or Naruto, unlike he didn't get to with his kid. So anyway, let me get back into it. Now Takagi goes, I will get you an apartment, but I will check on you every day. And this village, in the hidden waterfall village, is kind of small, so the Kage is able to do it. But well, I guess they're about medium. They're kind of like a stronger village, but he's able to do a little bit more because well, the Kage knows shadow cleanse. Anyway, Naruto says, "Really? Thank you, Kage." And the Kage goes, "No, no, no, no. Just call me. Um, what's a good name? Let's call me Ichi." Okay, Ichi. Thank you. And anyway, now we're gonna skip to when the Kage goes in and goes to the apartment. Now the apartment that they get Naruto is big, huge. It's kind of like think of it kind of like Sasuke's apartment, like because if you saw it was similar. It was like or not similar. It was like really nice, clean. It was really new. So this apartment building is newer and it's really nice. It's open. So he goes, please go into your apartment and get comfortable, and then I will escort you around the village, or give you a tour around the village. Or yeah. So Naruto says, okay, and Kage says, I'll see you tomorrow, or no, I'll see you tonight. I'll get you food, or we can go and have dinner tonight. And then Naruto says, oh, really? Thank you, sir. So anyway, Naruto goes, and he goes into the apartment. The apartment is, the apartment is like really freaking nice. It's a 2-story apartment just for Naruto. Okay, so it's more kind of like it's a 2-story apartment. So Naruto walks in. He sees it's already all furnished. It has couches. It has well not TV. It has a bookcase and coffee table, and then the kitchen. Really nice. And then he goes upstairs, and it's a bedroom that has a queen size bed. That's really nice, and it has brand new clothes for Naruto. And the clothes will be so it's think of it kind of like kind of like Gaara's outfit in the first part, but the color is gonna be white and a little bit with red, and it has the Uzumaki symbol swirl on the back. And then Naruto has black shorts with white lining, and then he has black shinobi sandals, and then he has a necklace. Let's just say, Kushina's had or before she had a necklace that the third gave him, but she never wore the necklace, so nobody would know that it was Kushina's. So anyway, let me get back into the story. So this necklace has a silver chain, but then it has um it kind of has like a snowflake with a fox inside of it. kind of symbolize the nine tails, but yes. Anyway, so he wears that. Anyway, he goes and takes a shower, and he gets into that clothes. Now, Naruto goes, and the Kage said that he can explore the village if he would like, but be careful. Or if you need help, just go in and just ask anybody, because everybody in this village is very kind. Until Naruto goes, and he's at a park, and he sees the swing, so he goes to the swing, because he likes the swing. Anyway, you see a lot of kids come up to him and starts like saying, "Hey, you want to play?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he noticed this one girl with teal hair or greenish hair, kind of, with an orange pendant thing clipping her hair, and then she wears a white top with fish net things under it, and then with like a white skirt with and then with black shinobi uh sandals, and then but she also has fishnet leggings coming up her leg, obviously. Anyway, we know this as Fu, the seven-tailed turkey. Anyway, Naruto notices Fu being all alone and people giving her weird looks. But in this village, they don't call her. Well, they do. They'll call her a monster, but they will not. They will not hit her. They will not hurt her. But Fu is kind of sad and crying because she has no friends. Nobody wants to hang out with her. Naruto notices this. This is what he felt in the village. Now Naruto goes over to Fu and kind of goes in a crouching position and says, "Hey, what's your name?" "My name's Naruto Uzumaki." And Fu kind of flinches at because she sensed somebody was coming and she kind of flinched when she heard the voice. And Naruto says, "Don't worry, I won't hurt you. I want to be your friend." She says, "I don't. How do I know I can trust you?" Because and he says, "Don't worry, I won't hurt you." And he has a smile. And for some reason, when Fu looked up, she saw the smile and she felt safe. So she's like, "Okay, cool. I will. I. Okay." She's kind of shy, like Hinata, at this time because she's scared and she doesn't know. Anyway, let me get back into the video. Now, Naruto goes and smiles and says, "Hey, you wanna go play tag or do you wanna talk or sit on the swing?" She's like, "Yeah, I'd like that." So Naruto and them sit and Fu sit on the swing. They're all talking and smiling. And now Fu and them says, "Oh, I'm gonna have dinner with the Kage tonight." And this is what Fu says. Because the Kage does not hate Fu because she's kind of like because the Kage is kind of like the third towards Fu, and then Naruto says same because I just got into the village and blah blah blah. Yeah. Anyway, so then she's like, "Oh really? Cool. Maybe we yeah." And then she's like, "You want to hang out? You want to come over to my apartment and hang out?" And Naruto says, "Okay." And don't worry, nothing's gonna happen because they're only 4 or 5. Obviously, nothing's gonna happen. So anyway, so they go and they found out they live in the same complex or same apartment complex. Now, Fu is literally the word next to him or the apartment next to Naruto, and she goes, "Oh, this is my apartment." And Naruto says, "Ah, neighbors." Now, the maid or the apartment manager lady or who cleans up houses or who owns it or whatever goes, "Oh, hi, Naruto," because Kage told her about Naruto, and Naruto goes, "How do you know my name?" And she's like, "Oh, the Kage told me," and obvious, and yeah. And so he's like, "Oh, okay." And she's like, "Oh, hey, Fu," and she goes, "What are you guys doing?" They're like, "Oh, we're gonna talk before we go. We're gonna hang out before we go and have dinner with the Kage." And they're like, "Oh," she's like, "Oh, cool. Have a," she's like, "I hope you have a great day." And then so it cuts to the lady. I'm gonna call her um, Sue Yeah, Sue. So Sue goes, uh, Fu has a friend now. That's nice. I'm so happy for her. And anyway, so this is where I'm gonna leave it off. Um, have a great night.